If you're turning 65 and looking at Medicare options, I know you're being pitched heavily on Medicare Advantage and maybe not so much on Medicare Supplement plans. And the reason why is pretty obvious. Well, most of the Medicare Advantage plans don't have a premium. But what they don't tell you is something that's going to be coming up here in the next few minutes. I'm going to tell you the untold truths about Medicare Advantage plan that nobody wants to talk about. This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. All right, there's an article in Becker's review that I read recently. I'm going to link it below that talks about the differences in Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement from a different perspective. Now, it does say that about 88% of people like their Medicare Advantage plan and they like their Medicare Supplement plan. But as they deep dive into it and start to look at the actual cost, a different picture emerges. All right, if it's got a zero premium, if you don't have to pay a premium, well, that's pretty affordable. And that's why a lot of people go with it. But what about your out-of-pocket costs for health care? When you actually need to use your plan, can you afford to pay those? Well, interesting thing, and this comes from the Becker's report. 36% of people said that they could afford up to $250 in out-of-pocket costs for health care. It's over and above their zero premium. They can afford to pay up to $250 for health care. That's not going to get you a whole lot of health care, I'll tell you that. 14% said they could afford to pay between $250 and $500. 15% said they could pay between $500 and $1,000, but a whopping 36% of people said they're the only ones that could afford $1,000 or more. 36%. That means 2/3 of people cannot afford $1,000 or more out-of-pocket expenses for health care. So what happens? Well, you might want to talk to your doctor about that before they schedule anything, even a test or, MRI, CAT scan, or some kind of surgery or something. Say, well, look, I can't afford to pay over $1,000. You might want to ask them what you can work out, or are you just going to have to pass on it? That's a terrible decision to have to make, but it's one that you need to think about. This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. You take care. Have a great day.